crafty friends, Colleen here. I know I've been absent for a while, but life gets in the way. I've had 2 holidays. I've been away on retreat. I've done so many things and looked after grandchildren, and it's like, just get back into it. My mojo's been waning lately, so I thought I'd get started again. I'm using the new oh, it's not new, it's an old one. It's called Bring Back My Pack. It's the Seaside one. I don't have the number with me at the moment because this is the old number, but this is it here. It's beautiful. You've got the lighthouse, the boat, the scenery there. Thinking of you, congratulations. Birthday wishes, plus there's a cloud which is floating around my table somewhere. It's a fabulous set. And I was on Penny, you know, you get on there and you just flick through, and this card caught my eye, and I just passed it and didn't think any more, and then I kept thinking about it and I couldn't find it again. So I hope this is similar to the one that I saw. It was made by a Stamping Up demonstrator, but I just loved it. I thought it was beautiful, and it was just lovely. So I thought I would make it today and share it with you. Now, I did share one with my class. This is the one we made. We used this stamp set here, which has got stuff on it. This is the Timeless Texture one here, and I just love it. And it's your last chance to get this one, as the book finishes tomorrow. So this is your last chance today. If you want this stamp set, get it now because it'll be gone tomorrow. But I had one of my ladies say, what if I don't have that stamp set? How can I recreate this card? And I said, do you have the Stacey Julian Story by Stacey Colourful Texture one? And she said yes. I said, well, you can use the big image there. It's a funny thing, but when people see big images and it's stamped in the black colour here, they don't see the possibilities of it. So I want to share it with you today. So that is what I have used as the background here for this one. So I'll show you how we made it in a minute. We're also going to be using the, and I haven't got it with me. Give me 1 minute and I'll grab it. I've just changed rooms and I'm still in the process of doing it. This one here, it's called Matte Stencil Film, and it's fantastic. It's a lot thicker than vellum. So as you can see, it's much thicker to use, and it's really great for doing things like this with. So it's heat embosses beautifully. It doesn't curl or warp. So I thought I'd show you how to use that today. So let's get started. Now the inks we'll be using today are Glacier, Lagoon and Peacock. We will also be using charcoal for the image underneath, and we'll be using Peacock for the sentiment. And we're going to be using the Versamark to do the boat onto here. So I might do that right now and get that over and done with. I'll grab my little cheat mat. Oh, there's some more of the, I knew I had it round. There it is there. See how it's really quite thick. You can see through it, but it's a really good thick density, and that's what I really liked about it. So let's get cracking on this. So I'll bring in a bit of scrap paper. This is an old bit. And I'm going to ink up my block, which is right next to me. So I'm just going to ink it up with the vellum. Oh, vellum. Versamark, Floss the Plot. And this bit here was, I think it's 4 by 5 inches. Just let me measure it for you. You don't need a lot of it, and if you cut a square, yeah, it's 4 by 5. But if you cut a square, you can actually get 2 off of a 4 by 4 inch square, so which I thought was pretty cool. Now I better rub that. What have I done with that? Oh my goodness, I had it before. There it is, hiding over there. So just rub it down with the anti-static pad, just to take any fingerprints or static off it. Stamp your boat. As you can see, I'll stamp this over so you can see that A 4x4 inch piece is more than big enough for what you need. This was just a bit that was left inside the packet. I hope you saw that. And there it is there. So now we'll heat emboss that. So you get rid of the white powder. Try not to get your fingerprints too far over it. Put it away before you split. Oh, crikeys. Sometimes life just gives you lemons. And I have lemons a lot lately. Oh well, I just have to make lemonade. Right. So there's that bit. Now the heat gun's going to make a bit of a noise because this is the nasty one that bites you. So I'll just set it going. So you might want to turn down about now, and I'll just heat this. As you can see, like I said, there's no warping or anything. I love it. I love watching that. Even after all this time, I still love watching it. So there it is there. Then you're going to just cut out around it. Now, just to save a bit of time, and you can see it's really easy to cut out around. But to save time, I've already done one. Now what you're going to do is you're going to remove the rigging and the rigging from the centre. So this is what I'm left with, which is just the sails, the water and the boat itself. So I'll put that aside. Now we'll get set on. Now I have a piece of paper here that measures 3 3/4 by 5 inches. I'm going to bring in the block. I'll move that just for the minute. And we're going to start off with the glacier first. I'll just ink up the whole block because it's just easier than mucking around. I've got my computer in the way. I don't want it to fall off the table though. There we are. So that's the glacier. The next one is lagoon. And you only want to do part of that. So come down about 1/3 of the way down and just ink that up. I'll put that aside because I want to use that again in a minute. And then we're going to use peacock for our last colour. Because these are all sort of sea tones. Right, so I've got that done. I want that in a minute. Now I'm going to take a dauber, the lagoon dauber, and I'm going to grab the lagoon ink again. And then I'm just going to add a little bit, and then I'm just going to blend so I can get rid of that line. I don't want that line in it. I don't know if you can see. So I'm just blending that line that's in between the two. I'm not going too far up into it, but I just want enough that when I stamp it, like so, the lines are blended, they're not sharp, harsh lines. Give it a good press down because it's a big block. It's a big stamp. And I rather like that quite fuzzy look. It gives me that real rustic appeal to it. I really like that. And then lift it off. And I'm really happy with that. I'll wash and clean all those in a minute. Now I'm going to take the big boat, the yacht, or as my brother used to call it, the dot, when we were little. And I'm just going to ink that up in charcoal ink. Now, because I can see I've gone and got ink everywhere, I'm going to use a new little thing that's coming out tomorrow, and I love it. We've got little chamois now, and they'd be fantastic for cleaning off your block if you've got excess ink on it. Because it gives me the willies when I get ink on things. So there it is there, and it just wipes all clean. And I just keep it in that little, fold it up wet, keep it in that little container to keep it moist all the time. So now, I'm going to lay this onto here and stamp it down. And there's my boat with my rigging on it. Give that a wipe. Now that's all clean. Now I'm going to stamp onto the bottom. What have I done with it? I had it in my hand before. I'm going to do that in peacock ink. I'm going to put birthday wishes on this one. Just down the bottom here. On my head. Hopefully that's straight. Now I've cut the matting. Get rid of that out of the way now. Now I've cut the matting at 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. I just wanted a small border around it. And I'll attach that to the front of the card. So it gives me a larger white frame around the actual card itself. Now I'm going to take the boat and my dots, here they are, and I'm going to cut some up. And for some of the bigger areas, I'm going to place them just in behind, and for the slightly smaller areas, I'm going to cut a couple of these. So I've got little pieces. I know it seems painful, but you'll understand in a minute. So that they go into these areas, because you can see through the vellum. This is not quite so bad. But it just gives you lift. And gives you that lovely 3D look on your page. Put that little one down in here. This little one over here. Oh, sorry ladies, it's been a while since I've done this. I said I've just been, my mojo's just not been there. Nothing's been flowing. I don't know if it's because I changed rooms or I was away too long from my crafting. I have no idea. But it's been really depressing. There, I'll pop that one in there. Okay. So now we'll just pull off all the backing to these pieces. And that little artsy. My eldest granddaughter turned 4 last week. My other one's about to turn 3, and then we've got another new one on the way just after, so it's like all a go. So you just lay that over the top of the other boat, and there you have your lovely boat. Now I've just taken a little, what have I done with that? Oh my gosh, there it is. I've just taken a little black pen and I've just gently drawn some little birds in. Oh, he needs his wing fixing. So I've got some like seagulls flying across the card. So that's it. That's how easy it is to make that particular little card. And that's using the what was it called? Colourful Textures by Story by Stacey. So that's using the big one there. I mean, if you wanted, you could use a whole bunch of those running down, but I just like the idea of using this and blending. See how the colours have blended, and here I've got like the sea line there, but I've blended these better here. And if you wanted to, you can have the other one here, which is this one. And I really love that too. So I really hope you enjoy this little card and give it a go, and to Happy Father's Day in Australia to all those that are celebrating for tomorrow, and see you later, and bye for now.